Here's a quick comparison of the real-world performance between the $80 Apeman A80 and the $400 GoPro Hero 7. Here you can see the Apeman on Amazon for $80 US, and if you're like me and you live in Canada, it's currently selling for $100 Canadian. Note I did buy this on Monday, November 26th. It was a Cyber Monday deal, so I paid $70 Canadian for it. The GoPro is currently selling for $400 in the US on Amazon, and in Canada it's selling for $526. Here's a quick look at the unit side by side. You'll see they're similar size and shape, as are most action cameras. The big difference here is the Apeman is made of a very cheap feeling plastic, whereas the GoPro has a nice rubberized texture. It feels like a much higher quality device. So how did I end up looking at these two devices? Well, I was looking for a camera that I could use hands-free, primarily clipped to my backpack. I tried to be frugal about this purchase, which led me to looking at all the various budget 4K action cameras, but it quickly became apparent that for my intended use, the most important feature would be stability. Nobody wants to watch a jittery mess, and at the same time, I didn't want to walk around holding a camera on a selfie stick or gimbal just to obtain smooth footage. And that's where the Hero 7 Black comes in with its hyper smooth stabilization. I figured it was worth trying out just to see how much better it could be, so I found myself with two extremely different priced cameras. Let's take a look at how they perform in the real world. Both cameras were attached via a backpack clip and left on default settings. This accessory was included with the Apeman. The only adjustment I made to the GoPro was setting the max ISO level to 400. Like many budget action cameras, the Apeman doesn't support a true 4K resolution. Instead, you get 2880 by 2160. Also, there's no image stabilization available at the 4K or QHD resolutions, but you'll see later it doesn't make much difference when enabled on 1080p anyway. You'll notice the audio is noticeably better on the Hero 7 Black. It's much improved over the Hero 6 even. The difference in stabilization between the two is dramatic, as is the difference in overall image quality. There's really no comparison here. Audio test. This is 4K on the A80 at 24 frames per second and 4K at 30 frames per second on the Hero 7 Black. Okay, we're going to try running. Try running. In order to turn on the electronic image stabilization on the A80, I had to drop the resolution down to 1080p. You'll notice it still doesn't produce a watchable video when attached to the backpack. Running test. You can see it's quite bumpy. So as you could see, the cheaper camera doesn't produce very smooth footage when clipped onto a backpack, even with stabilization enabled, whereas the Hero 7 Black produces excellent results. Most video editing software does allow you to apply stabilization through software. This does crop the image somewhat, and you can get usable results if the footage isn't too shaky to begin with and you just want to clean it up a bit. I'm going to attempt to stabilize the A80 footage using a popular editing program. This is where you'd stabilize the video in DaVinci Resolve 15. And here's how you do it in PowerDirector. I have found that both programs achieve very similar results, but you can do this with most editing software. My attempt to stabilize the 4K footage from the A80 through software didn't turn out so well. The results are much better with the 1080p footage with EIS enabled, but as you can see, this still isn't a good result. As you can see, the A80 seems to have some geometry issues going on with objects in the background as well. For my intended use case with an action camera, hands-free stabilization is the most important feature I need. It's clear that the cheaper A80 won't cut it. The Hero 7 Black's hypersmooth stabilization makes it a great candidate for this kind of use, as it's the first action camera to truly feature gimbal-like performance from the camera itself. It's also worth considering that the video and audio quality is utterly superior to the A80, and I'd suspect most other budget 4K cameras as well. It really makes the 8-man look like a toy. How would it compare to the Hero 6 Black and cameras like the Yi 4K Plus? Well, I don't have those on hand to try out, but it seems as if the Hero 7 Black's hypersmooth is leagues better than what those cameras offer as well. The GoPro also has an excellent hyperlapse feature which really benefits from the hypersmooth stabilization. To close, here's a quick video I made using hyperlapse on the camera. No software editing was applied.